Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. I'm hanging out with the trees today in a park in Shermanus on Vancouver Island. But that's not what this video is about. China has to be the best place for protesters. A protester's dream. Maybe not a protester's dream, but the protesters that protest everything. How many protest words could I put in this? If the protesters in Canada, and Canada's a big protester country, everybody's whining about something. If they could get the press that a small protest in China gets on the international stage, on the news, the BBC, the New York Times, the CBC, CNN, all of these news outlets will promote any protest in China against the Chinese government. See, in Canada, it's different. People have to do outrageous things to get on the news with your cause, I guess let's call it. You've got, well, the Freedom Convoy. I did the video here not too long ago. I'm not sure what their mandate is anymore. You know, it used to be going against the government mandates of wearing masks or restaurants being shut down or COVID passports or taking the shot, the vaccine, or you know what I mean? Now the only thing I got out of that is unification, whatever that means. I have no idea. They did get a lot of play. They got international play, so that protest worked. They got their word out, whatever that word was. People really don't know, but you know, maybe that's what they failed on, is their message. Anyway, then you got the old growth forest people. Don't cut down old growth forest. Look at the size of this yanking tree over here. Like, seriously, I'm gonna go stand beside it because, like, hey, how big is that? Like, monsters. But they had a protest in Nanaimo here a week ago, whatever, and they were protesting old growth forests being cut down on Vancouver Island, and they did it at a bank. Whether the bank was financing some lumberjacks or whatever, I have no idea either. But it got to the point where a couple of people actually crazy glued their hands to the door of the bank so people couldn't go in and out. Like, these are people that actually care about the cause, obviously, that they're fighting for. They had another old growth forest thing just a couple days ago, protest on Highway number 1. It's a Trans-Canada highway, and a guy crazy glued himself to the highway. You know, so like, how's that for being into your cause? If they could get the play on international news for their cause, like the protests in Shanghai right now, probably crazy glue his dick to the highway just because he'd get more play from that. But that's not really what this video is about either. There's so many people out there. You see, a protest can be done with a sign outside a business. A protest can be done on the side of the highway. A protest can be done on social media. There's a lot of social media outlets out there, from YouTube to Seaguat to Billy and Weibo and Instagram and Twitter and whatever. It's everywhere. So you get all of these people protesting on social media, sort of like they protest against the pipelines in Canada. The people protesting against pipelines, a lot of the people, some of them are adamant about what they do, but a lot of the protesters do it for money. They're professional protesters, and they protest, say, pipelines from Alberta to BC to carry oil to coastal waters in Canada. Who pays them? The Americans pay them, of course, because Americans get cheap oil from Canada because we can't get it to coastal waters, so we can't sell it to China. We can't sell it to Europe. So we have to sell it at a discount to the Americans because we have a lot of oil. Like, Canada is, like, I think the third biggest oil producer in the world, or has a third biggest, we used to be third biggest oil producer, but because of the Trudeau government, and that's another story for another video. But the idea is we got a lot of oil, and the Americans want to buy it cheap. So they pay people to protest against pipelines, pay people to sue the government, sue pipeline corporations. They vandalize equipment, they put up roadblocks, they do all of this. And they do it for money. They do it for money. And see, that's the ticket here, guys and girls. A lot of these protesters that protest for old growth forest do it for money. A lot of protesters that protest against oil and gas exploration do it for money. A lot of people that protest for pipelines do it for money. A lot of people that protest against Chinese government do it for money. It's a way of life. They make a living doing this. Do they care about what they're talking about? Absolutely not. They could give a rat's ass whether the Chinese government does this, that, or the other thing. If they weren't making money off of it, they wouldn't be there, just for the fact that they'd be doing something else, probably working at McDonald's, or in some cases they'd be saying, welcome to Walmart. You know what I mean? But the thing is that it doesn't matter your means of protest in this world. If you're doing it for money, it's basically fake protesting. There's a number of people that that I know that do it for money. China bad, China bad. Even to the point that a lot of these, let's call them YouTubers, because some of them are stuck on YouTube because they have no other platform. They'll tell you that the nuclear plants in China are going to melt down. They never do, but this is just another video that they can put out to try to blacken the face of China. The Three Gorges Dam is going to fail, and it's going to kill millions of people. Never happened, but it made a good video and got people, watching and paying them Patreon money. And the authoritarian Chinese government locks down people in China, and this is wrong because it saves lives. This is wrong because it screws with the economy of China. China's economy during the COVID was the only one that actually grew during the COVID times. Would it be better if, say, the United States, China's not doing the right thing, the United States is? This is what people say. But there's over 1 million deaths in the United States from COVID, and there was under 5,000 in China, and China has like 4 or 5 times the population of the United States. So you can see where, as they say, China bad, China bad, China bad, they're picking on little things. Even a small city in China was killed some dogs. They actually did, and this is their policy, to kill some dogs that had COVID or were in contact with people with COVID. Okay, it's the wrong thing to do, and they backed off on that. They apologized, but it got play all over the place. It was like one of those things that, oh, how could they? You know what I mean? And then they call it government policy, Chinese government policy. Well, that's like painting the whole country with a brush of a knee-jerk reaction of probably a couple of small city policymakers that screwed up. But you can see how they'll grab a hold of any little thing, and that's basically what the protesters for old growth forests do too. Most of the old growth forest here on Vancouver Island is protected, over 60%. So, save the old growth forest. This is the last stand of old growth forest. This is the last one. This is the last tree. It's all bullshit. It's only there to get money out of you people. It's only there to further their cause. It's only there to for the professional protesters to make money. Same with oil and gas. Same with pipelines. Same with attacking. Or even Russia. There's a lot of these people that say, well, China is responsible for the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia. And people eat it up. You know what I mean? So when you see all of these protests going on around the world, and when you see videos on YouTube protesting against the Chinese government, or protesting against Russian invasion, protesting against the neo-Nazi groups of people in the Ukraine fighting on behalf of the Ukraine, when you take it with a grain of salt, because 99.9% of this stuff is just hype and bullshit, and it's only there to get clicks on YouTube, It's only there to get Patreon money out of you. It's only there to actually make money, even big media. Just the other day, what did Biden say? There's genocide. Russia's committing genocide in the Ukraine. Well, they throw that genocide word around a lot. They've used it a lot in Xinjiang Autonomous Region in mainland China against the Chinese government. Now they're using it against Russia. And they don't call Russian the government, they call Russia a regime, but there may be genocide. We have reports that there could be. It's the same lingo that they've been using against the Chinese government for years and years and years, and it seems to work against the Chinese government, so let's use it against the Russian government. Anyway, that's my beef for the day. This is my rant for the day, guys. But I sure did I actually drove like a half an hour here, so I probably spent more on gas than I would make off this video. But I figured that, it's a beautiful place, and you should see it. This is my alternate universe when I live in Canada. This is the type of world I live in now. So if you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Don't forget to resubscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell, and put a couple bucks on the Patreon account. Nobody's bought me a beer for, I don't even remember the last time somebody actually put a couple bucks on my WeChat, because I can pull that WeChat cash out into Canada and buy beer too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye now.